In the beginning, there was nothing. Then I showed up! What's up, you guys? It's UMB Universe, and this is going to be the 200th episode of MLP, in the final season, no less. Man, let's just say there's a lot of things riding on this. Is it going to be another background palooza, or is it going to be something that I kind of wanted to happen in my hopes and dreams live stream? That being an episode centered around the main six in some way. I don't know the specifics, but that's just mainly it. There are some things that some people have told me about this particular episode, just to allow me to tell you guys that I know, just so you guys don't have to tell me in the comment sections. And they also told me to call them specifically after I get done watching the video, so I can then talk about it in more detail, so you guys don't have to tell me, that sort of thing. So first things first, let me get this out of the way. In the description below, you're going to find a YouTube channel named Kaperon. Kaperon is a guy I talk to in multiple different discussion videos with other various reactors. And this guy thought it would be a great idea to make something and then have the audacity to even think about me and about it and send it to me. And that is this goat bell. If you head off to his channel right now, there should be a time lapse of him making this. It says, "I have a fever and the only prescription is more goat bell." And considering my love for Grogar and everything that he stands for, this bell symbolizes everything about everything in my entire life. So I have no idea how I'm going to implement this into any of my reactions other than maybe dinging, doing that, but I have no idea how durable 3D printed stuff is, so I'm not going to strike this anymore. Actually, that kind of scared me just from that. So let's just say thank you, Kaperon. Go over to his channel. Hopefully I remember to link it down in the description, and just say, hey, UMB Universe says thank you. He thinks you're awesome, and he will always appreciate this very thing that he holds in his hand. This I want to put it off on the shelf, so yeah, people can see it in the background, but I also want it to be here, so I'll figure something out with this. Just know that I'm very appreciative right now. Like, this is the first thing that a subscriber slash companion slash acquaintance slash anyone has ever sent me something. I was gonna make like an update video saying, hey, this is my PO box, so if you want to send me something, send it here, but I don't like receiving things. You could say that I'm a little, it's not humble. It's another word. I just don't like people giving me things as a means of gifting, because I don't know why. I just feel wrong. Like, I should give something back to you. People would say the reactions and your company through these reactions is what that is, but I don't find that to be equivalent exchange for some reason. So I know some people might disagree with that, but anyway, I just had to get my thank yous for this. Also, the thing that I need to say up front that they told me, which kind of puts some hope in my view, that I think this is the episode I think it's gonna be, and that is the voice actors to MLP, you know, Tara Strong and all the main six. The voice actors wrote this episode with some help, obviously. They wrote this episode, which to me automatically means, oh, this could be a main six episode, because who better to write a main six episode than the main six themselves, aka the voice actors? I mean, I'm on a caveat that believes if you have a person who's been playing a character for so long, I think you can ask that voice actor or actor in general for comments about how you believe this character would say and do, because you pretty much encompass that character. It's like asking Mark Hamill, hey, how do you think Luke would act in this scenario? He was Luke, so why would he not think this Luke would do that? Or Joker, what would you think Joker would do? Certainly like that. So, same thing with Tara and like everyone else. So I'm on that boat. And yeah, but it also could mean they had a fan fiction in their head this entire time and they're just gonna do it. So my hopes are high. I'm expecting a lot. This is really the first time I'm hyped up for an episode fully, other than, you know, the season finale where my goat boy is gonna be showing up. So let's get started. Whew, geez, that was one of the longer intros I see. All right, Spike, Starlight, Twilight, good.
Look at the scroll I just got.
Yay! A crown!
Do you know what this means?
What?
I don't.
Awesome!
What's so exciting about a toy crown?
It's a toy crown!
This is no toy crown. It's the hard-won helm of the Sibling Supreme.
When Shiny
I'm so
and I
lost.
were small, we competed over everything.
Oh, so it's like, oh. That's just a douche move. Oh, no, Baby Spike. I like Baby Spike. Ha!
To keep family, our parents gave us gold stars every time we did something special.
Wow, it's one of these it's one of these relationships with your brother and sister.
Sharing.
I had one of these.
Getting good grades.
No. Ah! I'm shining in that
Funny
one.
joke. And at the end of each week, we'd add up the stars.
Twilight dominates.
The sibling with the most would win the crown of the Sibling Supreme.
Wow.
And bragging rights. Till next time.
Wow.
Guess that explains your love of charts.
There you go.
I always wanted to be Sibling Supreme.
Yay, background.
Meet me at Celestia's castle to decide who deserves the crown once and for all.
Wow, really?
There.
We're doing... Oh, okay. This is adorable.
So, watch the school?
You do that, you're gonna be running her it sooner or later, whenever she, you know, does her thing. Okay, so far, I like this. Well, obviously, I've said this for like multiple different, like, if you can count on like a billion hands how many times I said I like this whole particular medium, especially involving MLP. Okay, so far, Twilight, more Twilight background. First of all, that was nice. How we get even more about how their sibling was back in the day. I like that. I wonder if we're gonna get anything else like that with the other 5. But it does seem that we're leaving Starlight out of it. So yes, it's just gonna be main 6 so far. With some Spike. Wow, he already has it. How dare you?
Wearing it?
Look, I know you've always held a grudge because I left home with this.
Grudge? What grudge?
Why would I care?
You've had it for way longer than you should have, and I never got a chance to win it back.
With the return of Sombra, Princess Luna and I felt it was time to reinforce
Sparkle
the castle's
7?
defenses.
Okay,
Hi.
then I guess Spike is gonna be in this.
Ourselves, but some ponies are a bit stubborn.
So,
siblings!
old Captain of the Guard
Yay!
handled the job.
I've taken the security here to a whole new level. The only thing I need now is some pony to test it.
You want me to break into Celestia's castle?
Awesome!
If you can
Wait.
get past the fences, steal the crown,
Oh, I see.
and get out,
I get the
you'll be
reference.
Sibling Supreme forever.
Whoa.
Forever.
Oh, the faces of Twilight.
If you fail, I keep the crown.
Deal. Are you sure this counts? Mom and Dad aren't giving us any stars.
What are you talking about?
Represent their authority.
Yes, I am now your mom.
To reveal if there are any holes in our security.
And there aren't. I've designed a multi-
Well, I'm happy because the dude just walked in, so I'm happy they're actually addressing that. That's cool.
castle is surrounded by shards of Queen Chrysalis's throne.
Really?
Thanks to Star Swirl, its anti-magic powers are now tuned to stop any creature from using a spell to get inside.
That's
You can't
so good.
fly in either. Giant fans keep any creature from flying too close to the castle.
That seems a little excessive, but okay, I get you.
Plus, the entrances to the tunnels below the castle have been sealed, so there's no underground access.
How do you get inside?
And
Just
if you can't
casually.
Get in, which you can't. I've doubled the ranks of security. Ponies protect every hallway and door, which can only be opened with Royal Guard medals.
Okay.
Even if you brought an army, the throne room is the safest spot in Equestria.
Grogar's like challenge accepted.
Trap to activate at the slightest touch. But say you avoid the floor, still no luck.
Uh-huh.
I've employed nature's alarm system.
Sherzies. Okay.
You can hear them all the way in Ponyville. Plus they bite.
Oh yeah. Dangerous. Look,
So
look.
that's what we're up against.
I like how they actually incorporate memes, but they actually do it correctly.
Of impenetrability.
And all of this to win some fairyhood competition with your brother? It's more than that.
It's
Okay,
more.
it's exactly that.
Yes,
To
but
protect Celestia's castle.
whoa, nice scale model.
Like you, Twilight, we're in. I was already
Who doesn't want to break into a castle?
Shining Armor may have come up with some great security, but he'll never guess Twilight's plan.
We play to our strengths and defeat all of the security measures.
With
That
your
way,
strengths,
when
yes,
this
it's
fails,
okay.
The others will still have a shot at getting the crown.
Okay.
You'll distract the guards with a surprise party. Yes, sir, Twilight, sir.
It's not suspicious.
You'll buck your way into the sealed tunnels.
That's not
Rainbow
suspicious
Dash,
or loud.
If any pony can outfly those wind turbines, it's you.
That's
Rarity.
okay. That's actually okay.
Guard costume so we can sneak past security.
Again,
Or
another
try
one.
to disable the throne room alarm by charming the geese.
And that's easy for her. Cool. All right. Out of that's a good
From
half.
Shining Armor. Dear Twilight, hope your idea isn't just frozen balloons, tunnels. He guessed your whole plan.
What?
Wow. It's almost like he's your brother.
Costumes signed the future sibling supreme? Oh, come on!
Shining's good.
Twilight.
It's like, yeah, of course.
He knows you better than your own brother. So you're saying
Point.
you should give up? I'm saying
You have to think outside the box.
no matter how brilliant your plan is, no matter how many variations you try, it will be something your brother expects, and you'll always win. Unless
There you go.
when the perfect chance comes along, you do something he can't expect.
Yeah.
Then you'll win.
You not only have to think outside the box, you have to get out of the box that's inside that box that already caused boxception. You need to get into another reality where a separate box is like all the way over there.
Fast-ish. We have to do the opposite of what Shining Armor expects. Therefore, Twilight cannot mastermind the plan. But I can.
I love you, Rarity.
That's definitely unexpected.
Hey, it works. Tell you the truth, out of everyone in there, okay, maybe I would have gone for Fluttershy, but yeah, you being making a plan is different to me.
Twilight doing it?
Because I'm not Twilight.
My plan is for each of us to devise our own unexpected part of it. Allow me to demonstrate.
Okay. Oh, yay, we're back to Noir Rarity.
We're looking for a pony with information. We got questions and you're Jackie. Where is the secret entrance to the passages under Canterlot Castle?
Shining Armor sealed them all. There's no secret entrance.
There's always a secret entrance.
I mean,
Make like a glass of OJ and spill. I know what I can do. You're gonna need
yay.
I can hear all of the sky. Too little silly.
Oh, I love stylistic choices for the particular characters. Really shows off the personality and everything I love about this series. Alright, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Pinky, that tickles.
How does that? How? I mean, it's unorthodox, I gotta give it that.
More down to earth. Like, I distract the guard ponies with a farewell performance by my alter ego, famous country western superstar, Apple Cord.
If I didn't know any better,
Not an alter ego.
if I didn't know any
Now
better,
we
I
should
think I
giving
would be
a
more like.
farewell performance.
I mean,
Well, it's a long story.
I'm ready.
Back on the farm, playing music was about making her family smile. Word of her talent spread, and soon Apple Cord was playing real shows. The more she played, the bigger those shows got.
Dang.
But she missed playing for her family. So one day, she gave it all up.
Background. I mean, wow.
Seeing her family smile was all she ever wanted from her music. Of course, Apple Cord could come out of retirement for a farewell concert this one time.
Wait, did you just make all that up, or did that actually happen?
If it actually happened, that would be very.
Doesn't matter. It's perfect.
She is honest apple, so it's very hard. It's hard.
Small spaces.
I always wanted to be a super spy. Is that the opposite of anything?
Hey, it's called Twilight 7. If it's gonna reference anything, it's referencing that.
Agent Fluttershy.
The thing
Target detected.
of oceans, particularly 8, or is it 11?
Too easy.
There's 2 of them. All right, no. What? First of all, there is no lasers. All right.
I guess I'm the only one left that still needs a plan.
Go for it.
Oh, no, darling. That is the plan.
You don't have one.
Shall do nothing.
Shining armor definitely won't expect that.
I get, yeah. I mean, look at her. I will say though, like,
Applejack?
it's not Applejack. How dare you?
What are you doing?
What are you talking about?
Applejack? Who's that? My name's Apple Cord, and I've got a couple of songs to play for you. Clap your hooves if you know them.
Great facial animations on this one.
My love is like a barrel full of hay.
I mean, if I were Shining, I'd be like, well, it's clearly Applejack, so I'm just gonna keep my perimeter. Thank you.
Halfway past those giant fans and into the castle ducts is here. But there's no room for mistakes. Just like space travel.
Oh my god.
Pinky? We're not actually going into space, right? Silly! I'm dropping you two off as soon as we're close to the fans. Then I'm going into space.
I am the only one who is warranted enough to go into the giant void in the sky.
You're up to something, Twilight.
What are you talking about?
Nope, just looking at the flowers.
Right.
Just looking at the flowers. Haha.
Ooh, maybe Rarity's plan will work.
Did you not account for the wind?
I know
At
that
all.
was a cool favorite. Let's say we play it one more time. And a 1, and a 2, and a...
Yep, this is suspicious.
It's a distraction.
You didn't mention that. That's good.
Where's Spike and Fluttershy? Did they make it into the castle?
Duh.
Jumped out right before the balloon went. But that's all I can see without being in space. I didn't get to go. Let's hope
Poor
Rarity
Pinky.
and Rainbow Dash had better luck.
Her and Space Core have a lot in common.
What's this? Closed?
Oh, the CD Juice joint is always closed around this time.
Then how are we meant to shake down ne'er-do-wells for information?
What sort of information do you need?
I can
The
give up.
location to a secret entrance to the passages under Canterlot Castle?
Oh,
You
easy.
mean that one?
Yes, thank you. That will do nicely.
All right. Oh, Zephyr! I didn't expect you to show up.
Oh, darling.
This is gonna be easy.
Couldn't be more perfect.
Tell me about it. Like, what are the odds?
This is perfect. He's the most annoying pony in Equestria.
What are you talking
He's
about?
totally obsessed with me, and we have to come up with a way to distract. Oh no! Oh no! Way!
Come on, stretch your stuff. Ah.
What? Rainbow! I knew you'd come running when you heard I got this job. The mayor's love a pony in uniform. Am I right?
I mean, it.
Not really.
Come on.
I mean, totally. Why don't you step into the light so I can see how handsome you look in it?
Oh my god. The cringe, but the great kind of cringe. The kind of cringe that you expect to love.
I told the sergeant.
Either they don't know how to use cement really well, you know, whatever.
To rock the look, don't you think?
Yep. You're real guard material.
I'm part of the Castle team now, so I'm basically. Whoa, we got a spooner. It's good you're finally being honest with your feelings for me, Rainbow.
Oh my god, Zephyr.
The truth is such a gift.
Oh, God.
I have to follow my bliss to see guarding is my calling.
You know-
Like, look at me go. I'm gonna walk over here and I go, whoa.
A part of me found you annoying. Another part of me finds you charming.
Go down the hallway, go, ow.
Okay, now you remind me a lot of Cusco. So that helps you even more. There you go.
We'll have to glide to the throne. No flapping.
Hey, he's a purple dragon. Gliding is one of his top suits.
Sister, another full Armor's guard geese. We should have heard by now. Something must have gone wrong.
Well, you worry too much. Alright.
No lookout, no distraction, and no word from the ponies inside. I'm starting to think this whole operation might be a giant flop.
I don't know why would you think that. Well, come on. You haven't even given enough time.
Oh no.
Gee, Fluttershy, I thought your whole small spaces thing was just part of the plan to be unexpected.
Once I got trapped in the castle of the two sisters, and Angel Bunny and I were separated. Now whenever I'm in a tiny room, it's all I can think about. I was so worried he felt alone and forgotten.
I know what that's like.
What do you mean?
I was always excited to be a part of Twilight's and Shining Armor's rivalry, like I was their little brother.
Oh!
But they never really thought of me that way.
Ah!
I know they both have a special place in their heart for you. But sibling dynamics are hard.
Yeah!
Trust me.
Right. Zephyr Breeze.
Honestly, he can learn a lot from you about being a little brother.
Tell me about it. But
I am sick of being lost in these slimy corridors too. But you shouldn't pull every lever you come across. Half of them are traps. And the other half might open a secret passage to the castle. It's not worth the risk. Oh, hello, Spike. Even if we did find our way back to the castle, we'd still have all of those gone. Like, Fluttershy?
ah, man, like, I'm half attempted to put a counter of how long it took her to realize.
Through the floor.
I don't think our plan is working.
What are you talking about? Again, you worry too much.
And reevaluate.
Well, what took of that?
What are you all doing out here? In retrospect, our plan might have been too unexpected.
Almost as if it's not really a plan.
Oh, now I'll never get the crown.
Maybe we should go back to doing things the Twilight way.
You mean the totally expected way?
Well,
It may not be a surprise, but you have a pretty good record for planning things.
maybe it's what he expects, and his expectations were
What are little
overly.
brothers for?
Stop!
You all know what to do.
Twilight! Ah! Alright. Alright. Weak. So weak. Weak!
At least one part of our unexpected plan worked unexpectedly.
You gotta admit, that was pretty dope. So at least they gave that merit.
To be fair, it was never made specifically clear to me what guarding actually means. So this is on you.
I'm strong, Twilight, but not even I can buck through solid rock.
Are you...
That's why I brought a specialist.
Are you sure about that? First of all, yes, all the yes to this. But are you sure about that? Alright, so, note to self. You need to bring Mod to every situation where you're about to steal something. That's just a fact. It's a fact of life. You gotta do it.
You've been glaring so hard. Who wants a feather massage?
Yo, we have been here for a bit.
The lever to the secret hallway entrance should be here.
I can't believe this worked.
Why would it not?
Sometimes the best plan is the one you expect.
Man.
All I have to do now is fly over and take the crown, and I'll be sibling supreme forever.
Ah!
Not exactly.
Oh, come on!
I mean...
Gotta admit, it was unexpected for you to do everything exactly how I thought you would. But you should know by now, there's no way to beat the true Sibling Supreme.
I am your god!
Sorry, Twilight, but it looks as though Shining Armor has truly won the crown.
That's the thing about looks. They can be deceiving.
You see, I am your god.
How in Equestria did you do it?
Come on, you two don't think you have the only sibling rivalry. I had an inside pony help.
Really? Jesus, alright!
It wasn't hard to miss there was some disagreement on the whole security thing.
Ha!
I said we could do it ourselves, but some ponies are a bit more stubborn.
So, while Shining Armor went on and on about all his improved security
Wow.
measures, Luna and I struck a deal. She put
Wow.
Zephyr in charge of the catacombs and helped
Of
keep
course, I mean,
Celestia out of the castle hallways.
It's like, who would put Zephyr in charge of anything?
To do my part
Okay.
and make sure we stuck to Twilight's plan, so we'd all get to the throne room at the same time. I knew Shining Armor would let it play out until the last possible second. Then, while everyone was distracted by his gloating, all Luna had to do was float the crown over to me.
I mean, hey,
I apologize for not listening to your concerns, sister. It seems we need to make adjustments to the threats inside the castle as well as out. If you agree?
Do you think it's worth discussing? If Twilight and Shining Armor failed, who gets the crown?
Spike does.
The true sibling supreme. Spike.
Okay.
Little brother, we've always had.
There we go. Huh. This is about family. Alright. Alright, so, okay. A lot of emotions in this episode. A lot of particular emotions in this episode. Now, I was gonna say, okay, if Luna can just teleport things, why didn't she just teleport the crown to Spike's head and then be like, well, I did it. But then a lot of my parts of my body are like, first of all, it would be no fun if that just happened. Second of all, they clearly wanted to have fun with this. And third of all, stop thinking too hard. But in the end, yeah, okay. I'm really happy. This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I was expecting, and I'm happy. I'm just very happy. So, there's gonna be a little bit of a jump. I'm gonna talk to the friends and see if I can explain everything to know stuff. So, be right back. Alright, well, basically wasn't really anything else I needed to know other than, yeah, the voice actors did the writing to it, which probably kind of tipped me off a little bit too much on the whole. Yeah, it's probably a main 6-base episode, but that's not really spoiler-tastic. I think that's actually a really nice tidbit that Tara Strong and all the other voice actresses, give me a second, I'm gonna be respectful. We got Tara Strong, Ashley Ball, Andrea Libman, Tabitha, and Kathy Weasluk. I'm terrible at names. Also teleplayed by Josh Haber and Nicole Dubuck. Me and names suck. Anyway, yeah, basically, yeah, I like this for a simple premise alone, and the fact that they actually wrote this with some help of themselves. It really does strike a good special feeling in that aspect. Like, the first 100 episode one was a celebration of the background ponies, and these background ponies gained their status of being great thanks to the community. So it was a big love letter to community. This episode is not only a love letter to the fans who stuck around for so long and watched the series, because if it wasn't for the main characters being as good as they were, I'm pretty sure not many people would be watching the series to this day. So let's celebrate those characters by having them have their personalities counteract with one another, go about this big grand heist scheme. I will say though, I have not watched either Ocean's 11 or Ocean's 8, mostly because I'm not into the whole both spy movies and like movies that revolve around stealing things. I don't know. I might give them a watch later down the line. I heard nothing but great things about Ocean's 11, but nothing but negative to meh things about Ocean's 8. I have no clue why, because I didn't look into it, but just know that apparently the sequel is not good as the original. But in this case, Twilight 7, which is the reference to the whole entire thing, I find this to be pretty enjoyable. Granted, a lot of things were a little convoluted in some ways, and when I say convoluted, I don't mean like, man, they really went all out with the confusion factor here. It's more like, man, they really went with this, huh? But then again, it's the voice actors doing their thing and thinking this is the type of story they wanted to tell, and I'm happy about that. As I said in the beginning, I do find it necessary to, if you're gonna make an episode and you're about to put a character through a scenario, I would ask the voice actor who's been playing this character for 5+ years now, over 5 years now, over 6, over 7, a long frickin' time, of their opinion on how they believe that character would act, because I believe at that point they would know what the character is, and that's it. In the middle of it, and at the very end, where I had a little bit of a jolt, it was like, okay, I'm not gonna talk too much about the whole Star Wars fiasco, but I will say this: a lot of people say the whole subverting your expectations thing in the Star Wars Last Jedi thing really divided the fan base. It was like, okay, you can subvert people's expectations, but if you subvert my expectations and you're about to give me a dish of like, you're gonna say, in this Petri dish, it's gonna be a full course meal, and then you open it and then there's nothing. You subverted my expectations, but now I have nothing to eat. There's ways to make that a good thing. And when they're like, hey, doing the thing that's expected is pretty much the best thing to do, almost like you're trying to tell me, it has nothing to do with Star Wars, but it's like telling me, it's like, yeah, sometimes doing what people expect you to do is sometimes the best thing to do, because sometimes trying to go too out of the box kind of just doesn't hold good results. There are sometimes that this actually does occur. Do not get me wrong. But sometimes, yeah, going the straight and narrow is pretty much the best way to go. There's a character in my story that says, don't second guess the obvious. And in this case, it's like, don't overthink things to the point where it's just insanity. Because sometimes just going, just beelining it straight ahead is the best foot forward. Instead of trying to take your shortcut, just go straight ahead. It's fine. You don't have that many obstacles to begin with. So that's like the sub message. So the main, not main message, but it's basically a family story, showing background with some of the characters and having them get out of their comfort zones a little bit on certain scenarios. A particular one with Zephyr and Rainbow. Other personas come back, and very particular, just everything about this episode, almost to the point of episode 100. Pretty much just let you just enjoy the episode for what it is. It's very funny, and especially since knowing that the voice actors wrote this and how funny it is, really shows that their comedic timing and comedic level does stack up to what they believe their characters are. I believe I got a laugh from every single one of the characters with their particular joke that they sprung upon. Great faces in this episode. Not to mention, if it really was like all like, I'm not giving that much credit to teleplay guys. I don't even know what a teleplay even is. But let's just say them writing the Princess Luna and Princess Celestia, perfect. Because when I look at them, I'm reminded of my two sisters. I have more than two, but these specific two sisters clashing with each other most of the time, and the moments they have with each other are almost to a T exactly how they act. And Spike, there's always been like, okay, what kind of family member is Spike? Like in the beginning of the series, like with my Ultimate Analysis series I'm doing, I'm looking at Spike as nothing but the baby to, or child, or just kid to Twilight's mother. But in this case, they're really solidifying the fact that Spike is not trying to be the baby dragon, the little boy that's being taken care of by the mom character that is Twilight, but just this little brother that's been part of this family. Even though technically it works both ways, considering, well, Twilight did technically hatch Spike, so it was thanks to her he was born. But it's semantics and details on that. Don't really have to go too deep in detail. We can jump that bridge later. But in the end, I just like this episode. This episode really got my goat. Really got my goat. And yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about really, other than I'm really happy that this episode exists. It really, again, shows the comedic level that these voice actors have, and it still goes with the show that if you just let the voice actors know what they're doing with their characters, I think you're gonna have good results. And if someone put a gun up to my head, I was gonna do a bit with that, but I decided against it. If someone's gonna put up a gun up to my head and tell me which do I like better, the 200 episode or the 100 episode. If I had to be biased, I definitely have to go with the 100 episode. Obviously, bias is heavily implied. But if I had to go on like a structural way, even I had to get that to episode 100. Like the lesson and the overall message to that episode of we're all the main character to our story it's a very good one. This one, it's just it's another like having dumb fun for the sake of it, but also adding a little bit of like lore-esque stuff into it as well, because I always commend stories that are able to make sure that you're explaining properly into whatever you're doing. Not to bring up The Last Jedi again, but the reason why people are like, are they magnetic bombs? Where are the shields? They're only asking these questions because they showed it in the other movies and it was pretty simple how they got around. But in this case, it's like, okay, you remember how Chrysalis Castle was destroyed and how it's impossible to, thanks to their nullifying magic capabilities, they can do this? Well, let's use that to our advantage. We have those pieces, so we're going to use that to fortify and make getting into the castle much harder. You cannot just teleport in, and thanks to Star Swirl, making it so that Star Swirl is the main guy to do that was also pretty impeccable. Then just bringing back like old stuff to bring it up to this part, and then using it for better. Now like you have Sombra just walking into the castle, taking over everything, not having a problem whatsoever. Same goes for the Crystal Empire a little bit. They need to buff out their security if you ask me too. But since you have that, it's kind of like Tony Stark after he got beat up this one time or witnessed this kind of event. In the next movie, you see him adaptate to that. You see him grow into what his suits turn into be, and it's like because of that. Now they're doing that here. So many different things happen. We're actually gonna get help fortify the area through those past experiences, and it's good. I like it when they do that. So it not only is it good in a just a hey, this is a dumb fun like episode, it also helps in a structural narrative because now we know that it's hard to get into the castle now. The castle is now heavily fortified. You actually see the Royal Guard being Royal Guards, so that's cool too. Now, there was something else in my head that I wanted to get out, but I'm blanking on it. I might have to skip to it later down the line. But in the end, this was a fantastic episode. Tell me what you think about it. Who was your favorite like main six in this particular episode? Like, was it Twilight and her Twilightness, Fluttershy and her being just as adorable as ever? Rainbow Dash getting out of her comfort zone for the sake of doing this particular thing. The return of Noir Rarity. And getting, I'm gonna just go with Applejack and say that she was honest with what she said, or like, you know, more background with Applejack and how she really still cares about her family and stuff like that, and her alter ego that she also had, which I believe is a reference to the fact that Applejack's voice actress is also a very talented musician in of herself. And I remember watching some concerts on like live concerts on YouTube later down the line, and she is incredible, by the way. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I was gonna mention Pinky, but Pinky's always Pinky. There's not really much you can really say about it, unless you already liked Pinky before. I can't really say everyone else didn't do anything different. So, yeah, Pinky's just kind of like on her own pedestal. She, to tell you the truth, yeah, out of everyone, Pinkie Pie pretty much was just herself so much that it doesn't classify under someone doing something completely different to allow them to stand out. If I had to pick one, it had to be Pinky. Her wanting to go to space was adorable, but that's something that's just I believe Pinky would want to do. So, yeah, I can't really think of anything else. So, yeah, this is the Do You Want to Be Universe. Thank you, Kaperon, once again for this fantastic bell. Again, I'm going to figure out something to implement it. I might just use it as like a gag sometimes. I don't know. I just have to figure out something. But this will be here. This will be here for the end of time. That when YouTube implodes on itself, just know I got a goat bell with my favorite character on it. I mean, see you next time. Bye.